I'm Sunda, and I'm on the go. And I am so happy to have today with me a very special guest. And when I say special, he's special not because of his accomplishments in life, but because he actually got into a car with me when we met on the street. And I'll let him tell you all about that. In the middle of all the Grammys, we want to introduce the one and only Andre Merritt. Thank you for coming out today.
Wow, thank you. That is such an intro. Like, I don't even think I've ever even been introed like that, Miss Sundalini. Just kidding. Thanks for having me on the Sunda show. You know, it's a pleasure to be here. This is I get you 2 times in a week. I saw you earlier at the what was it, the Israeli Film Festival.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. You know, it's a lot of
action.
A lot of old money in that room. You know,
There's a lot of old money in that room.
I was like, oh my God, look at these banks walking in here.
And you look Ethiopian.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to convert you totally.
Yeah,
so
because
that we can go for that loan.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm going to need
it. No, we're going to need it because let me tell you something. The opening music, just to let you know, that's all his original music.
Yes.
And give us some of the inspirations. What makes you, as a performer, okay? Some people don't take it the right way when I say this, but comedy is a performing art.
Yeah.
And I mean that so
I
seriously.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
I can't do what you do. I wish I could.
Yeah, and I cannot do what you do. I just.
But you can.
I mean, I can a little bit, you know, a little. Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah, you know, I just like to. Can I be humble? Somewhat, kind of ish.
Considering how young you were when you first started, if you could share what propelled you to do that at such a young age, and how your mother helped you through all that.
Well, it wasn't. I can't give all the credit to my mom. You got to give it a lot to my grandmother, which is my mom's mom, and she was very instrumental in that. And I think it started with any black child in America in the church, and it started there, and it traveled to school. I used to get in trouble in school for humming all the time, and my mom be like, "Well, I mean, is he doing his work?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, he does his work, but he's humming in the class." She's like, "Well, let him hum." You know, so I was humming, and, you know, my mom, I was just the weird little kid, and my mom, she kind of like identified it kind of quickly.
Now that would be identifiable as being a child who has ADHD. For some reason, if you're humming or holding a note or even dreaming of singing, there's got to be something wrong with this kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't know during your time, but there was a time when I always heard children should be seen and not heard, and unfortunately, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
What have you experienced now with the whole boom of I'm lost in my phone, I can't talk?
Absolutely. Yep. And it's scary. It's like, I always hated that saying. I was like, I used to like, sing tonight? And what, we got to listen to you? Yeah, right. No. I'm going to be heard. I got something to say and sing and hum. I didn't care. You know, like, I felt... me and my mom always had a really close relationship, so like she always made it safe for me to be like weird, so to speak, because she was like a weird mom. Like, she had me so young, so like we would play like, you know, like kids.
Yeah.
Like, we be playing, like she kind of like punched me, and like I'd punch her back, like, you know, and then she like bite me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like
having fun.
Yeah, for real. But we really did have a lot of fun, and like my grandmother was really like the mom. Like,
right.
Like,
that's how it is in most black families.
You know, like, grandma runs it. Don't play like, girl. Don't act like grandmama is not up in there.
Grandma runs
grandmama
it.
Say, come eat. You know, we show go
now,
watch, and you better go wash those hands,
please.
Because if she be like, did you just sit down without washing your hands? I would rip your whole nose off. I'm like, oh my God.
Did you go in my refrigerator?
Grandma. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I did that before. She used to set me up though. She was like, go in there and give me the thing. And then I like just go
set up.
And then she's like, oh, you wash your hands? I'm like, you said go get it. I said, wash my hands and go. You said go get it. And she's like, boy, you smart, boy. You know.
Did she ever have a chance to see you make it as a singer?
No, she didn't. Unfortunately, I wish. I mean, probably now.
Me too. I wish my grandmother would.
Yeah, right. You know, because I think they just get a different type of enjoyment from it.
They would.
They get it because they's like, I feel like they always knew.
Like, something was special.
Something was special. They didn't know what, but they knew something about this weird ass
grandchild.
Yeah, mine. Just they're gonna do something.
I felt that I was very accepted
Yeah.
by my grandmother, and that when things used to go on in the house, she would always say, "Stop, because that child can't help what she is."
Yep.
And there was never any kind of racism with my grandmother, not even a chance, not even look at color.
No, she.
And from Georgia, didn't give it a second thought.
Same thing with my Memphis, Mississippi.
Just,
it's just different.
It is just different,
It's
and
just
I wish people would be more open-minded. Lately, I've been very hesitant to use words because you get in trouble.
Yeah.
So someone said to me, "Let me ask you something."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Are you mixed?" And I said, I resent that statement. And he says, "Why?" I go, "It's politically incorrect." And he goes, "Well, what do you want to be called?" I just wanted to start some trouble. Because I was thinking about it, whenever you would hear that was always like negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my friend Kenny Easton found out that he was Indian, and he said to me, "Look, I took it as a kid. People used to beat me up because they thought I was mixed." And I was just like, what is this? I was mixed up, right? So I'm thinking I'm going to politically correct everything because I'm a hybrid. Maybe we'll come up with something new because everybody has something to say.
I know it. You know what? Tell them to call you a Tesla.
Please.
Yeah.
And we'll be happy.
So that's what. Just call everybody Teslas. I like that. You know what? Don't call me a Tesla. I like it.
Let me tell you, one of the most interesting conversations I had with you is about the evolution of the iPhone and how it all points to something very dark.
It does.
In a way.
iPhone.
And when he says iPhone, he says, think about it. You have an Android? That's so odd. It comes out green. Oh, my God.
It's like, it's so weird for Android.
The differentiation that he pulled out with this. Let me tell you, we had this conversation. He said, think about it. He goes, I. Everything has I. Me. iPhone. Selfie. I. Me. And you are so right about it.
Yeah. It's like they created all these photos. And you know what's so crazy? What's funny, I heard recently that, Instagram is considering taking, they're really considering taking likes away. And I started thinking about it because everybody's like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good because everybody then can all be on the same level. Ooh, yeah, right. Nobody wants everybody to be on the same level.
Everybody gets a trophy, you mean?
Yeah, it's like, come on. You take them likes away. It's like, are you serious? And if it was really that serious, like, really, you could actually turn your likes off so no one could even like it.
See those.
So you don't really have to take it away, Instagram. People, if they really, you could just turn them off and then they disappear.
How do you have so many millions of views?
I think because my music is good. Yeah, and I like it.
Let's talk about that.
I love talking about music.
And I love hearing you talk about music. It's his music. He can beat. He can sing. We're going to put a sample in something if we have to. Your favorite. Is that the Rihanna song? Oops.
Disturb is one of my... I'll say this. It's one of my favorite songs ever recorded by an artist.
Ever, right?
Yeah, by another artist. Like, I've had a lot of artists record my song, but a lot of times, because I'm very, like, anal about how people record my songs, and people kind of know it's kind of gotten around in the industry, so it brings the phobia to artists. Like, even people, it's like, it was funny, like, I intimidated Ree. Like, she was really kind of nervous to record me. She was like, yeah, I heard you're hard on. I'm like, yeah, because I be tired, and so, like, I want you to get it right the first time.
And she got it so close to you.
Yeah, very, like, it scared me. I was kind of like, did you, like,
she studied you.
Yeah, she really did.
She studied you.
She really did, yeah. And it was very weird. And then kudos to her because she was actually on tour when we recorded it. And we recorded it in Denver, of all places. Yeah, right? That's a fun fact that Disturbia was recorded in Denver.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have to take some pictures of this too.
Look, he's everywhere. I love this man. He is my musical father.
Oh my God. I used to think if I went out with him, I could fix him.
Yeah.
Every woman thought that.
But there was nothing wrong with him. There was nothing to fix.
I feel that he was just a natural born fucking entertainer, man.
Yeah, but not even that. I feel like he was really dope as an entertainer, but people forget how smart Michael Jackson was. You gotta remember, he bought the fucking Beatles catalog. He bought it.
Bought it.
Bought it. That made him a billionaire. That made him a billionaire. When he bought that catalog, it made him a billionaire. He was worth, do you know how much money he left Paris in blanket? $3 billion. That's how much the estate is. I'm like, fuck being the greatest entertainer. He's one of the best fucking businessmen ever. Like, that shit's crazy.
And all that shit that's come out afterwards, now that I've watched these shows, I'm like, please, Mom, if I heard rumors about somebody, do you think I would be like, let me send Aviva over there because I hear the guy's a monster?
And then did you see what happened with the thing that they did, the documentary? They had to retract it because it was fake.
They had to retract the Michael Jackson documentary.
Yep.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah, because
I wasn't even aware I was recording. I just put the mic down and was listening because I love to listen. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so because you know I'm a Michael Jackson fiend, and like my thing is like I'm not saying that nothing inappropriate had happened, but I'm like, I just find it odd that parents would continue, like you said, to send them. I'm like, what? If you're hearing it and you're still sending it, who's worse, him or you? Because you have the power to stop your child from going. So
just say no.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they can't say no to money.
Absolutely.
So that's what you did to your children. You
yeah,
see?
They sent them over there. So supposedly, and another reason why I believe it's a crock of shit is because I have a really close friend who danced with Michael, and he was called Little Michael Jackson. Like, he was always around Michael, and he said he never had anything inappropriate happen. He was there with Macaulay. He was there. He was in the movie. He was in Moonwalker. So like he was there. So I mean that's extensive time with Michael Jackson.
Extensive.
So I'm like, at that point, I'm like, well, so he did all the other kids except this one that was around him all the time?
Yeah, what's wrong with this one?
Yeah.
Just as cute.
Yeah, just as cute. They called him Little Michael Jackson, so he was in the Sandlot and all the other things, so I'm like, it was weird. And so then when I looked at the documentary and I saw that it was like, the person that was making the accusations, I was like, oh, of course, the guy who broke up Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake is the guy accusing Michael Jackson of molestation.
No.
Maybe next time, let's just get somebody who hasn't already ruined two people's lives. So, yeah.
Ruined.
He wrote, that is the reason why we got Cry Me a River, yeah. Yeah, it was him. So I'm like, he's the guy I'm like, get out of here. Get him out of here. We don't believe you. Get him out of here.
I couldn't believe the way one of the mothers was saying. They were actually holding my son hostage. And I was like, you all went on a plane together. And the story doesn't sound right.
I'm like, when did they hold you hostage? Was it before your ticket was purchased or after?
And he would call every night. We had to put him on the phone. We had to. Why?
And I'm like, and that's another thing. Another thing to me, I was like, so you mean to tell me Mike has a thing for sick kids, like kids that have cancer? He like, oh yeah.
Okay, so what was that story all about?
It was so weird. The story was, I guess they were dancing, and I guess he was like, Mike. He has a video. He's like, where Michael was touching me, but in the video, he's clearly touching Michael, and Michael has a blanket on his shoulder, like, and you can see the kid saying he goes and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are we looking at the same video? I'm like, what the? And then it was over. It was like.
Do you think that helped destroy him? I know it did. Besides that doctor not paying attention to what he was supposed to be doing, he wanted to take a nap. You're a performer. Can you imagine thinking you're in safe hands? Come on,
I mean,
man.
a lot of performers have a lot of people watch them sleep.
Come on.
All the time. They always have, check on me. They're always, watch me. I'm like, I know you're breathing. I put a mirror under there.
But that's so real.
Yeah.
And it's just such a loss. And who do you
A
think?
huge loss.
Oh my God.
Just the energy of his music and how people. There's no way. I mean, even now, I could be driving on the street and you just hear a Michael Jackson song and you're immediately up. You're in another mood. You're dancing. I'm like, wow, like that fast.
Even the slowest.
Yeah, no other artist I know. Like, I love Beyonce and Chris and Rihanna and Gaga and all them, but there's nothing like Michael Jackson's music.
There's nothing like
nothing.
And Prince.
And Prince, yeah, Prince too.
And Whitney.
Whitney too. Oh yeah, those are my three.
That's it.
Those are my, I got one more.
Three.
Oh, for my Mount Rushmore, and then you put Luther up there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like, dang, all of them, all the greats.
Luther.
Yeah.
Lufa.
I'm like, oh my God, Luther, is it the R&B singer or something you clean your face with?
So now, let's say we can bring them all back in a hologram, and we do a musical hologram with Andre Merritt.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Would you be thinking about a We Are the World kind of thing, or what would you think?
I don't know. With Michael, I want to do something more fun, like probably an
Make
actual
him-
real song, like dance, or I'll probably take one of his songs and like do something real crazy to it and like fuse it with today and yesterday.
And would you make him dance with Prince?
Yep, finally.
Yes.
I'll make them dance. Yeah, I was like, they about to go at it. Michael and Prince is about to go down. We're going to have it at Coachella.
Wow.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
And then we'll have like Whitney, and then I'll have her sing with like Aretha. That'd be dope. See?
That would be so dope. I love when Jersey Girl. It's
right. Yeah. Whitney.
Love
Whitney. Whitney. I love that. Did you hear about what Robin's doing? Robin's been doing she's wrote a book.
Can I tell you something?
Uh-huh.
Robin was a very nice person and still is. And I just think if everybody had left that alone for a minute, we'd be in a different place, because she had a way of not controlling, but bringing her to reality for a minute.
Well, communicating with Whitney, like she understood her.
Yes.
Yeah, so she understood like a lot of times
everything.
the fits and she understood her. Like I love what she's doing too, like the book that she's writing and how she's portraying Whitney, because I feel like she took some people. They took some hits. The way they make it seem like drugs was just such a big part of her life, and I'm like, she kind of had like a whole 10 years with no drugs, like where she was just really just the biggest freaking star in the world.
The biggest star.
She was bigger than Michael Jackson at one point.
Yes, she was.
You know what I'm saying? From Jersey. She's big, like, so it's like humble beginnings, and it's like Whitney Houston. I'm like, I really wish you guys would stop trying to portray her as just like some old druggie, because I'm like, drugs come in on, I think a little bit
come
of
and go.
everybody's winning down, but it's like, let's not forget the legacy, like, of what she did, like.
And the legacy of what she did and what people didn't know about, and how she supported
Absolutely.
so many organizations, gave so much money, and people didn't know so much money.
A lot. Yep.
Living in Burnsville, I know she had money.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you know what was wonderful is remembering as a young girl when my best friend's sister used to tell me, there's this girl, she's going to be the first black girl on Teen Glam, and she's really talented, and she's going to make it, and she sings in Mass. When she sings in Mass, I was like, well, what is she? The Mass and this and this. And she was like, no, she's black, but she goes to Catholic school. And it was Whitney Houston. And she sure did. She sung, effortlessly.
Yeah. She was one of the greats. Sure,
And
forever.
but our world, they're just so happy when you go down.
Yeah.
But nothing could take her down. There's no voice that can take her down.
Nothing.
I haven't found one.
I haven't found one yet either.
Not one.
I like a lot of singers, but nothing is Whitney Houston, man. It's just.
And to talk about chills and to go back, I saw the Donna Summer show, and I have to tell you, I liked it. Did you see it?
No, the Donna Summer show.
It's at the Pantages. It'll be running from the 5th to the 24th, I believe. And I also saw the Cher show, which is, it's kind of like based on their lives, whatever.
Yeah.
But Donna Summer, and I love Cher, but Donna Summer, that diva.
Oh, Donna's dope. You know who's my Donna Summers? There's a new one, and I work with her a lot too. It's Kelly Rowland. She looks splitting image of Donna Summers.
Wait a minute, she played her in something.
Yeah, she did. She did a good job. Yeah, Kelly looks exactly like we pulled up pictures. I was like, Kelly, you look exactly like her. She's like, I know. She's my mom.
Oh.
Right.
It's wonderful to know that you can appreciate that kind of music as well as everything else we've discussed. Because when I hear these kids singing these songs that they think that the guy wrote.
Yeah.
They didn't write it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that don't write.
No, you don't even understand. I'll be watching you like, dun, 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 dun. No, he didn't write that. That's a sample.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I'm arguing with people who are just, it comes from us. So we have definitely this legacy to set up here.
Yeah, yeah.
So moving forward, we're going to start working with your dream.
Absolutely, yeah.
And let's tell them briefly.
My dream is to be, well, because of technology, it's kind of like made it possible for me to kind of be like a few things at once, which I feel like it's important to be that now because everything is so fast and like if I was just trying to be like a singer or a writer, it wouldn't work. So I have to be like a singer, a writer, a comedian, an actor, a dancer, and be good at it, and I feel like I'm like a unicorn. Like I've got the best of both worlds. I've been, I'm here now, and I know a lot about what's transpired and where things are going, and so I want to, be like kind of like an artist where I'm putting out content, music, movies, photos, and also showing the younger generation and whichever older. Whoever wants to learn. Yeah. Any generation. It's not, I'm tired of people putting age too. I think it's like, I just want just dope people. I feel like I don't care. If you're 60 and you know how to freaking style, I want it. I want you to style me. I want you to style me and let me see what that looks like. If you're a guitar player and I want you. Like there's too much talent gone unnoticed, and I want to be the person that put that out and give people a shot, just a real shot. Like
bust that ageism
thing.
Like
I hate that. I feel like if we're gonna attack stuff, it's like ageism is like we're missing out on so much by like almost putting people to bed. Like it's like why are you putting? We need that wisdom. There's still so much that we need that back here. Like I want to know. There's stuff I want to know that I don't know. I'm okay with going to my elders and be like, hey, how did you, do that? Like, I want to know that shit because I don't know that. And, so there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So I want to.
And you have to make that so much more known because they just don't get it. They don't get it. They're trying to put it like, you don't know. You old.
Yeah, and it's like, nah, but they know. Like, have you ever seen a classic?
Right.
They're pretty good.
Right.
I've seen a classic. Have you ever seen a classic is what Kevin Hart was in when he had his accident, and it's the reason why he's alive.
That's right.
Because if it hadn't been like, a
Mustang now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Or like something like that, he probably wouldn't have survived.
No.
So there's, I just
something to be said for the classics.
Yeah, something to be said.
I love that.
Don't throw away some. You never know.
Let me tell you something. That is a wonderful. You always leave me with something. When we first started talking about Laptop Mike and the Dream, we were talking about inner city kids not being able to make that next step.
Yep.
They can hum the music as you did, get in trouble in school as you did, have nobody back them up. But you definitely have opened the eyes of many when I go to them with this project idea. And basically, I think that everyone would need what? A laptop to begin.
A laptop. And a dream. And a mic.
And you would be suggesting that we start off with these kids who are in trouble already or on the brink? Do we do it as a prophylactic measure? Do we
think it's
mix it all up?
Just
or what?
Somewhere to go. Just somewhere who wants to belong to something. Anybody that's out there. Like if you're talented or you want to learn how to write or you want to learn how to sing, like you don't have to be a singer to write songs. Like there's a lot of singers there's a lot of writers who can't sing a note. It helps, but if you have some great words. We want, that. My thing is, I just want everybody to feel like they're a part of something.
Right.
More so, like, if you're even whether you're in trouble or you're not, like, people that are in trouble could learn something from people who aren't in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And people who aren't in trouble could understand why people get in trouble.
Right. Absolutely.
And so that I feel like there's always room. There's always room to be better. You know what I'm saying?
And there's always room for one more.
Yeah, for one more. Yeah, and that's just my motto. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like what I want to create, whether it's a program, a system, or a school, or like, you know, something like that. I want everyone to be able to go there. I mean, of course, there's going to be high standards, but if you work, that's what it's going to be. You're going to work. If you don't work, you don't get.
Right.
There is no participation in where, yeah, there will be that. You got to work to get where I'm going to be. There will be no giving.
I'm so excited to be working on a project with you, and I hope
it
it makes sense that what we're trying to do is to get these kids going somewhere else other than the streets.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you want to mouth off and do your rap, well, then let's see who can make some money with you.
Absolutely.
And we'll get Andre, get the beats together, and and
or
so
the pictures,
yeah,
or the, you know, the reels. I'm good at that. You know, the tapes, the self tapes, or the comedy, or, you know, there's kids that want to do everything.
They want to do everything.
Yeah, and sometimes and they need people like us to even let them know, like, maybe not the singing. You seem more like an actor. They need people to say that, like, or, you know, that when they need us to do that, like,
yes,
you know, or you got the ones that can do everything. You're like, yeah, you whatever you want to do.
I have a face for a podcast.
Yeah.
The kind you listen to.
She's so sick.
But listen, if you want to hear more of Andre's work, what's the name of this next song that you're going out with?
It's called Runaround. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear a little bit of Runaround.
I'll play a little bit of it.
This is so exciting. You know, we are hearing this for the first time, and I think it's a big deal.
All right.
Being from Jersey, I know it's a big deal.
Your smile is so perfect, but damn, is it worth it? Yeah. Keep fighting for nothing, but you say something. Yeah. But when we make love, I can tell it's not the same. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Girl, when you burn me like the sun, I feel your pain. Oh yeah. 'Cause if you want me like I want you, what's the problem?
Wow.
Oh wow, my phone was ringing.
That's perfect timing. That's perfect timing. So we're going to have more of that, of course. And the name of it, written by you?
Written by me and DJ Topic, and the song is called Runaround.
Runaround. Got that? Now, where can we find more of Andre Merritt? So we want to hear some more of your music. So where do we find you?
I am on all platforms, Spotify. I am on Apple Music. Just type in my name, Andre Merritt. That's 2 R's, 2 T's.
I love it.
And I have a lot of stuff out there, but I have a lot of new content coming out as well. So.
And we're going to be talking about different platforms.
Absolutely.
But we will be back, that's for sure. So
yes, we will be back.
you can find me on every platform.
Platform.
Just look.
Everywhere.
Look.
She everywhere.
I'm everywhere. This talk show's on the go. I'm
It's
Sunda
on the go.
Croonquist, and it's time to go with Andre Merritt. Thank you, Andre.
Absolutely.
You've been fantastic.
Thank you for having me.